Have you ever wondered why INFJs, the rarest of personality types, often feel misunderstood? What are the common misconceptions about them? It's a curious case, isn't it? Looking into the world of INFJs is like opening a book filled with paradoxes and mysteries. Now imagine being handed a pair of glasses that could help you read this book more clearly. That's what we're here for today. We all know some stereotypes about INFJs, right? They're often seen as mystical, introverted unicorns living in their own world of thoughts and dreams. But let's not forget the old saying, all that glitters is not gold. Or in this case, all that's quiet is not aloof. So stay with us as we debunk these misconceptions. We'll reveal the truth about INFJs, peeling back the layers of misunderstanding one by one. Stay with us as we uncover the 12 things people often get wrong about INFJs. First up, INFJs are often seen as antisocial. But let's clear this up. Being introverted doesn't equate to being antisocial. INFJs are known to cherish their solitude, yes, but they also value deep, meaningful connections. They may not be the life of the party, but they thrive in one-on-one interactions and small gatherings. Their preference? Engaging conversations over superficial chatter. So, antisocial? Not quite. They're more of the selectively social type, choosing quality relationships over quantity. Next, many perceive INFJs to be cold and aloof. This is a common misconception based on their introspective nature and reserved demeanor. But let's clear this up. INFJs, though they may appear distant at first, are actually warm, empathetic souls. Their quiet exterior often masks a deep well of caring and compassion for others. They may take time to open up, but once they do, their warmth is unmistakable. So remember, a quiet exterior doesn't equate to a cold heart. Misconceptions 3 and 4. INFJs are pushovers and they never get angry. Now this couldn't be further from the truth. Let's start with the pushover part. INFJs are naturally empathetic and harmony-seeking, which sometimes leads people to mistakenly view them as easy to take advantage of. But let's make it clear, being peace-loving doesn't equate to being a pushover. INFJs hold strong values and are not afraid to stand their ground when these values are threatened. Now, on to the anger part. INFJs do get angry, just like any other human being. However, their preference for harmony and understanding often leads them to suppress their anger or express it in less confrontational ways. They might choose to walk away from a situation that sparks their anger or communicate their feelings in a calm and composed manner, rather than lashing out. So remember, INFJs may be peaceful, but they're no pushovers, and yes, they do feel anger just like anyone else. Now on to misconceptions 5 and 6. INFJs are boring and always serious. Now isn't that a hasty generalization? Contrary to popular belief, INFJs have rich inner worlds. They're like treasure chests of ideas and musings, harboring a keen sense of curiosity that keeps their minds always brimming with thoughts. This inner vibrancy makes them anything but boring. And about them being always serious, well, that's another misunderstanding. INFJs do have a contemplative and introspective nature which might make them seem serious. But let's not mistake their tendency to think deeply as an inability to let loose. They have a unique sense of humor, often subtle and layered, which might not be apparent at first glance. They know when to put their introspective selves on a pause and just have fun. So, far from being always serious and boring, INFJs are thoughtful, inquisitive, and full of surprises. Misconceptions 7 and 8. INFJs are psychic and they are judgmental. Now, let's untangle these misconceptions. First off, INFJs are indeed intuitive and empathetic, which often leads people to believe they possess some sort of psychic ability. However, it's crucial to understand that this is not the case. Their intuition is more about being in tune with their surroundings, noticing subtle cues, and understanding people on a deeper level. They aren't pulling thoughts out of your head or predicting your future. Moving on to the second misconception, the notion that INFJs are judgmental is a misinterpretation of their desire to understand. INFJs are naturally curious and analytical. They like to get to the heart of matters, to understand people, their motives, and actions. This isn't judgment, it's a quest for understanding and empathy. So, while INFJs may have a keen sense of intuition, they are not mind readers, and their quest for understanding should not be mistaken for judgment. Misconceptions 9 and 10. INFJs are perfect, and they can't handle criticism. This is far from the truth. INFJs, like every other human being, have their fair share of flaws and imperfections. They are not oblivious to these flaws. In fact, they are often their own harshest critics, constantly striving for personal growth and self-improvement. However, this doesn't mean they are immune to criticism from others. Quite the contrary. INFJs value constructive criticism, seeing it as a tool that aids them in their journey of personal development. They appreciate it when their blind spots are pointed out, enabling them to work on areas they may have overlooked. Yet, it's important to note that they prefer this criticism to be delivered with tact and respect. Harsh or unfounded criticism can be quite painful for them to handle, but constructive, thoughtful feedback, that's a gift they'll thank you for. So while INFJs may strive for perfection, they are well aware of their imperfections, and they do appreciate constructive criticism. Finally, misconceptions 11 and 12. All INFJs are the same and they are hard to love. This couldn't be further from the truth. Like snowflakes, each INFJ is unique, their personality shaped by a myriad of individual experiences and influences. To say all INFJs are the same is to overlook the rich tapestry of their individuality. Now let's tackle the notion of INFJs being hard to love. This stereotype may stem from their need for deep connections and their high emotional intelligence, which can sometimes be intimidating. However, love isn't about finding someone easy to deal with, but about understanding, patience, and a willingness to look into the depths of another's soul. INFJs, with their empathetic hearts and complex minds, offer a form of love that's profound and genuine. They may require a bit more understanding, but they are far from being hard to love. So remember, not all INFJs are the same, and while they may need understanding, they are certainly not hard to love. From this discussion, it's clear that there's more to INFJs than meets the eye. They are a fascinating blend of paradoxes, enigmas, and a rich tapestry of traits that make them truly unique. As we've journeyed through the 8 common misconceptions about INFJs, we've seen that there is a depth of complexity and richness to their personality that is often misunderstood or overlooked. Firstly, we've debunked the myth that INFJs are antisocial. In reality, they value deep, meaningful connections and conversations, but also need time alone to recharge. They are not cold or aloof, but rather, they have a rich inner world, and are careful about who they let in. Secondly, we've dispelled the notion that INFJs are pushovers or that they don't get angry. They are assertive when necessary, and their ability to experience and understand deep emotions includes anger. They are not boring or always serious, but rather, they have a playful side and a quirky sense of humor that they only reveal to those they trust. Thirdly, we've addressed the misconception that INFJs are psychic or judgmental. While they are intuitive and perceptive, they don't read minds. They strive to understand others, not judge them. And while they do strive for perfection, they are also aware of their flaws and are open to constructive criticism. Lastly, we've clarified that not all INFJs are the same and they are not hard to love. Each INFJ is unique and brings their own strengths and weaknesses to the table. They have a deep capacity for love, empathy, and understanding, making them truly special individuals. So, as we've seen, understanding INFJs involves peeling back layers of complexity and appreciating their unique qualities. It's about accepting them for who they are, not who we want them to be. It's about acknowledging their strengths and their struggles, their quirks and their qualities. So, what's your experience with INFJs? Have you held any of these misconceptions? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember, every personality type is a unique world waiting to be explored. We're always working on more content about personality types, so stay connected. Understanding your personality type, like being an INFJ, can be a game changer in many aspects of your life. It's like having a roadmap to your inner world, offering insight into your strengths and weaknesses. For instance, if you're an INFJ, you're likely to be empathetic, intuitive, and dedicated, but you may also struggle with overthinking or sensitivity to criticism. Knowing your personality type can also guide you towards a career that suits your nature. If you're an INFJ, for instance, you might thrive in roles that allow you to utilize your creativity, insight, and empathetic nature, like counseling, writing, or healthcare. Moreover, understanding your personality type can improve your relationships by helping you understand how you interact with others. For example, as an INFJ, you might value deep, meaningful connections and might struggle with small talk or superficial relationships. Ultimately, understanding your personality type can lead to a happier, more successful life. It's about embracing who you are, understanding your unique strengths and weaknesses, and navigating life with this self-awareness. So dive into the journey of self-discovery. Understand yourself, embrace your uniqueness, and lead a life that's truly yours. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into different personality types. Stay tuned for our next video where we will explore another intriguing personality type. Until then, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep embracing your unique self.